Remember, it's an RPG, save all the time.
Yeah. That's okay. I guess.
It's funny because, like, on the PC version of this game, I played it like so much that I had about, I think it was 5 gigs worth of save files.
What?
So because I
so big?
I do a dialogue option. I save. I do something a little bit different. I save. So I kept saving and saving and saving.
Yeah.
And it got to the point that my computer was starting to slow down. I was like, "What's going on? This is like it would take a long time to load stuff." And I'm like, "Man, this is, maybe 500 save files is a bit too much for most people." But you don't know, okay? Like you do something. Look at this.
How can you have 500 save files yet not save for 15 or so minutes?
Because I just for TV. It's like it's a true thing that happens, right? Like when you're playing a game, any kind of game, especially when it's an RPG, there's things you can do in the game and you don't know what you're going to be capable of doing. You don't know what changes. Like in this game, you might tell somebody, "I don't like the look of your face," and then 10 minutes later they go, "Well, I had a car, but I'm not going to give it to you now because you said you don't like my face."
That's true, and then you're like, "For the love of God, I wish I didn't say that person had a stupid face."
Yeah, and so that's why I make sure to avoid that.
I do that a lot. Yeah. I admit it. I was playing Stalker Shadow of Chernobyl the other day.
Yeah.
And I've had it for years and never got into it, but I was, not pleasantly, opposite of that, reminded that I need to remember to save every 2 seconds because that game is bloody difficult. And you just gotta save every 2 seconds.
Yeah, you really do. It's what those kind of games.
I'm not used to it anymore because I haven't that. I mean, RPG feel and everything, but I'm not used to it. Like everything's gonna save every 2 seconds usually.
Usually, this one does not do that. Yeah. If you wait. I remember there was a point where I went through an entire basically a dungeon.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize that I had messed up.
Yeah. Ooh, hey dog.
That is a.
I worked on a game for the Nintendo Wii. It's called Flip's Twisted World, and a lot of hard work the guys put into making that. But one of the things about the game was, I don't know why, I shouldn't be, I'm not ripping on it, but I am. It was unforgiving. It was unforgiving with the saves. Like you'd restart a level after certain kinds of deaths. I forget the details, but it can be torturous if you don't have the control to save.
Spin back.
I love that mix of different elements of fighting.
It does work really well. That was introduced in Fallout 3.
Yeah.
And then it kind of continued on as it went through.
Yeah. The awkward fall. She's a beautiful lady, but not a very good dyer.
Not graceful.
Not graceful.
Not
thank
graceful.
you.
That's
it. She needs to really work on her death.
Also, because the bomb went off, all the water's irradiated, so you can't really. You drink the water, but you get radiation poisoning.
Nice.
So you have to. Nice.
Yeah.
That's a nice feature for it. Okay. Well, there is radiation poisoning, so what you have to do is you have to find Rad-X and these certain medications.
Yeah.
You can go to certain settlements, and certain settlements have doctors, and you can pay them money and go, I'm dying, and they're like, okay, give me bottle caps, because bottle caps are currency, because apparently money just sucked after a while.
Yeah. That's going to be us in 5 or 10 years.
Well, bottle caps? That's
bottle caps. Collect your bottle caps, kids.
I always thought gold or something. Something like that. But bottle caps, sure, why not?
Somehow the gold as the world currency is going to be evaporated. You watch. Montreal Canadiens are going to win the Stanley Cup and gold's going to be worthless. I can't wait.
So what you're trying to say is they're never going to win the Cup?
Hey!
Is that where you're...
You can't get sports digs in on me. You already said you
I don't know anything about sports. All I knew that was a group of people that make hot dogs. Like I'm just totally gone.
Hey boy, what are you doing out here all by yourself?
Montreal Canadiens just sounds like people that live in Montreal. Let's go, dog. Let's go again. Let's save here so that I don't die. This is why I save all the time, because you never know, you might die. It's very easy to die, like in this game. It's not hard.
I can tell it's easy to die. Well, honest to God, like since this is the second time I saw it, we're at the Red Rocket gas station, I think, or truck. Every time it says Red Rocket, and then you see the dog, and I thought the dog's name was Red Rocket, and I thought that was horribly tasteless.
Definitely not what they're doing.
/ hilarious.
I'm so positive. Yeah, a South Park joke. Yeah, I doubt that's where they went with that, but
Oh man, I'm gonna call the dog Red Rocket forever. What is it? Dog? What's his name? Something meat?
dog meat.
Dog meat.
We can actually start up our thing here. We can actually listen to the radio.
Okay.
My dog is in trouble, and I don't care.
Your dog's in trouble. Get Red Rocket.
So this is like what a city or like a little township would have looked like after the events.
Yeah.
And there's tons of references to previous Fallout games, and there's a
Yeah.
lot of world building happening in here as well. So this entire landscape, everything that's going on is affected by your involvement one way or the other. Something that you do changes stuff all over.
Right.
And it's really cool to see what they've done in the game to really make it that kind of complex.
Yeah.
For instance, there is a little diner nearby, and when you go to the diner, there's two people having an argument. The argument ends with somebody dying,
Oh,
right?
right
And
on.
depending on who you feel should win that argument, that changes the events of that place. So whenever you go back, there might be somebody there that can give you items that are for one class or another class.
I like that.
Yeah. There's a bunch of different factions in the game that are important and deal with things as well too.
Nice.
It's really cool. They've done a really good job at just, adding as much as they possibly can.
Nice. Nice. Speaking of good features in the game and the game being made well, I should shout out to my friend Pepe. Felipe, good job on the game, buddy. We're proud of you. It's amazing. He's a technical artist on it.
There's like so few people working at that studio too, so that's an achievement.
No
just to be
kidding.
there.
Yeah, no kidding. Humber College, what? He used to bring me Swiss Chalet. He used to work at Swiss Chalet there. Awesome.
From
guy.
Swiss Chalet to Bethesda, that's a huge
Swiss
jump.
Chalet to
Yeah.
Bethesda. From Brazil to Swiss Chalet to Bethesda. It's awesome, man.
It's a trip.
Yep.
But yeah, this is there's just so much in this world to see. The land mass is just pretty decently big. So right here, this is one of the most important aspects of the game. This is your special stats.
Yeah.
So special stands for strength, perception, endurance, charisma, intelligence, agility, and luck. So these we're already maxed out on strength, right?
Right.
So we are tops
Yeah,
there.
knocking people
And
out.
because we're tops there, we actually can access this last one here because all it requires is 10 strength to be there.
And we're already there.
Right? And basically throughout this entire game, you get to pick these specific stats and these perks that help you out throughout the game.
That's
so,
a lot of different stats. And
Oh,
perks.
it is a lot.
Yeah.
So charisma,
Yeah.
we're top at charisma, so that means we can pretty much convince anybody to do anything in the
Yeah.
game. With strength, we have a lot of physical powers, so that's how much we can carry and the damage of our melee attacks. In
Yeah.
fact, we've been running around shooting people. We really should be just punching them in the head. That's what we should be doing.
Please do that for me
That's
and the people
That's
watching.
what we're going to do? Okay.
Please.
So, let's see. Your part tree, while standing still, you gain 25% damage resistance.
Yeah.
Get up close and personal, gun bashing. So let's see. There should be a good Iron Fist.
Strength and charisma. This character is pretty much exactly me. No perception, no endurance. Dumb as a doorknob.
Simple, but it works. All right, so we're gonna get aid. We're gonna eat some meat that we found on the ground because that's
That's the best. This is the best kinds. The dog is a savage, just vicious.
Yeah.
I thought that was a dude, and then I saw a bra and panties, and I was freaked out, and now I am not sure what's happening. That did not look like a female to me.
It was. We also get criticals when we're in that mode,
Yep.
and we're down. Happens all the time. And the whole plot of this game is basically going from the cryo chamber, finding your son, seeking revenge on the person that killed your wife.
Yep.
Well,
husband.
husband or wife, right? Just basically going out there and having that experience in the world. Tons of different options, a whole bunch of different storylines, a whole bunch of characters, so much world building. You can get lost in this game, and I know for a fact that some people out there can spend at least 150 hours or more in this game just playing it. That's how big this world is.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna have to sit down and really play this game, but I'm glad you got to show me what it's all about, really, because like I said, I don't really know too much about the franchise. I know a lot more now, and I held off from playing Fallout 4 so I could sit down and play this with you, Shane. Thanks for coming in, buddy.
Thanks, man.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Fallout 4. That's it. Yeah.